All right, I'm starting. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm going to get started. I'm going to record this because I know there are some people that messaged me that they're not able to get on tonight. So we always have a playback with all of our calls, which is nice that we have that availability to do that with our Zoom calls. So welcome, everybody. So if you are new, congratulations for starting your business. It's such an exciting time when you actually get to put control back into your life with your paychecks and your availability and how often it is that you want to work. So with each call that we do, we're going to be starting off with just going through different concepts with the business to help you build your skills within your first 90 days. So this is our 90-day Strong Start program, and it's going to help get you going off to obviously a good start. So bear with me because, of course, my technology is always very wonderful as we go here. It always takes like a minute till it gets warmed up, apparently, my PowerPoints. Just give me 1 minute here. Okay, so if you did not receive an email, you will be receiving one. So everybody under the Boyle organization will always receive an email when you first get started. And this will specify your first 30 days and your first 90 days in the business. And it's very specific as to dates. And the company is very strict with it. So they don't even give a day leadway, no matter what your scenario is. So you want to take note of those dates and jot those down. And when you hit in your first 30 days of the business, when you reach 1250 in sales, which of course we want to help you to do, you are going to get a bonus. Now, every month this changes. So if you begin to add people to your team as of tomorrow, your new consultants will have a different promotion than you did joining this month. So this month's promotion is that if you join and you hit 1250 in your first 30 days, you'll get $250 in Pamper Chef money. That could be used to buy products, supplies like catalogs, or it could be saved to attend National Conference in Chicago in July, which I highly, highly recommend. And what's going to continue to happen is every time you hit 1250 in your first 90 days, and they do carry over from month to month, they do carry from party to party. So every time you hit that, they're going to keep handing you 100 Pampered Chef dollars. So it's an unlimited amount in your first 90 days of business. And that is not the case after that. So your goal is definitely to focus on earning as many times as possible that $12.50 in sales. You're going to continuously earn $287.50 in commission, and then you're going to continue to get the $100 in Pampered Chef money. Oops, did I just lose everybody? Hold on. Oh, I thought I lost you. Sorry. My video went. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I lost everybody. Sorry about that. So what's going to happen with the $12.50, I apologize. When every time you hit that, you'll hit that $100 and you'll keep accruing the $100. So your goal is to hit $12.50 as often as you can in your first 90 days. So I always say overbook yourself, even if it sounds crazy, overbook yourself so you keep getting that promotion. Some other things that I always like to go over with housekeeping. Team trainings availability. We usually meet the first Wednesday of the month at my house. Obviously, if you are not local, that's okay. We go live with our Zoom. So then that way you are able to jump in, you're still able to participate and comment, and you are able to know what we're doing. Mostly we're gonna start doing more recipe-based nights, and we'll be tweaking recipes, trying things out. We also do what's called Tip Tuesday. So every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m., we have, and that's Eastern time, we have a Zoom call. So every week is a different topic. We have our team page, which is Team Boyle, and then the Pampered Peeps pages. So these are your training resources as far as images, asking questions, reaching out and networking with your other peers within the company. Facebook live videos. So frequently you'll see that we'll go live, different people in the group. Feel free to go live. We encourage it, in fact. And we also go live. So it's ways for you to watch playbacks of things. So you're always in the loop of what's going on. If for some reason we don't meet on the first Wednesday of the month, I usually will then just do a Zoom call on the first Wednesday of the month. So that will be, again, just like this Zoom call, but then you could also watch the playback if you're not available at the given time. We also have PC University online, which you want to start to go through. And then right now I've been working on the With Takers group that I designed. And that takes you in unit plans, step by step, to learn exactly what you need to do, from setting up a party to adding Facebook groups to do virtual parties, how to close a party, ideas on how to find more contacts. And I'm continuously adding to that. So if you have things that you're like, ooh, I could really use some more help in this area, Vanessa, let me know. I'll make a video, I'll design some training, and develop a unit plan to go with that as well. So now, we're going to focus on tonight your why. Why is the big part that you really want to use to drive your motivation throughout this business. So you are going to have an amazing support team within our Boyle organization and even our above organization. But one thing that's going to keep you motivated is your personal reasons why you're doing the business. So when I first asked you to tell me a little bit about yourself, to introduce you to the group, or the person that recruited you asked you to do this, it's probably because we wanted to have a little bit of a feeling as to what made you kind of driven towards Pampered Chef. Now, you're going to want to get more specific now at this point. So maybe you decide you want to make extra money. Maybe you decided you want to go save for a vacation. Maybe you have medical bills or you have debt. Maybe you're looking to retire. Maybe you're looking to quit your job. Whatever the reason why is, what I want you to do is you're going to focus now on writing your why down, but narrowing it down and being even more specific. So for instance, one of the things you're always going to hear us say is you want to make sure you're adding specific content and numbers. If you are driven to do this business because you have a $28,000 loan to pay off, you need to write down, I need to pay off my $28,000 loan. That's why you're doing the business. If you're doing the business because you want to save to maybe go on a vacation, you want to be specific and write down, we need to save $6,552 because that's what my payment is for my vacation to, wherever it is that you're vacationing. So you want to write down and be very specific as to what your reason why is you're doing the business. Because if you have your why and you keep it front and center of everything you do, it's going to keep you motivated when we don't do calls every single day of the week. So that's really important. The other thing with your why is you want to focus on making sure your family's aware of why you're doing this, because they're going to work on holding you accountable, and it's going to keep you level-headed when you're like, oh my gosh, I couldn't book a party today. So maybe you asked one person and they told you no. You're going to keep in the back of your mind and have it in front of you. Wait a minute, I'm doing this business because I need to save this X amount of dollars, or whatever the reason is. You want to keep that in front of you to keep you motivated even when you hear the word no. We're going to talk about that word no in a little bit. The other thing I want you to think about tonight is your purpose. So what do you individually have to offer people from now being a consultant? A lot of us, we all come to the business for different reasons. Some of you are probably bakers. Some of you are probably cooks. Some of you are probably not a baker or a cook, and that's okay. Maybe this business is going to drive that for you and help you to learn things like that, more. Maybe your purpose is because you want to teach people how to cook and hold cooking classes. Maybe, we have some people that join because they want to do more philanthropy-based things, and they join so that they could donate all of their earnings to an organization. So think about what your purpose is and what you offer to others. Because so often we lose sight of our own talents and what we're good at, especially when life gets busy. So you want to also keep your purpose in front of you and how you could specifically help people. Because so often when we first start, we're so excited and we say, do you want to book a party? But really, Your word choice, you want to drive more towards, I would love to do a cooking class for you. What do you think about getting some of your friends together and having a night where I teach you how to prep recipes? So now you enjoy cooking, you want to teach others, that's your purpose, and you're not sounding like so sales pitchy as you want to book a party. You're focusing more on helping the person, and wording it, the verbiage is more geared towards something that sounds more appealing than just do you want to book a party. So that's why we talk about your purpose. Now, at the end of the call, I am going to ask you to send me your why and your purpose, and I will help you tweak those a little bit if you need me to drive it down to be more specific, and it will also help you to guide you when you're getting your bookings. Now, start to think about your business as a vision for the future. Where do you want to see yourself at in 3 months, 6 months, and a year from now? Because what you choose to do today with your business is going to drive your success 90 days from now. So if you sit and you don't do anything with your business, in 90 days from now, you're going to be struggling. If you work your business consistently and you follow through, you do your trainings, you're booking your shows, you're consistently reaching out to people, your business is going to be flourishing in 90 days. So what I want you to do is just jot down on your paper where you see yourself in 3 months at the end of your 90 days, where do you see yourself in 6 months, and where do you see yourself in 1 year? I'm going to talk at the very end of the call about what's called Fast Track to Director. So there's a very big possibility you could promote yourself in your first 3 months of business. So if you're somebody that's very driven, you like to share the business opportunity because you believe wholeheartedly in Pampered Chef, you're going to have a carrot dangling in front of you to promote yourself to a director. And what that means is inviting 5 people to join you in the business, and you would become their leader, and I would still support you, or your recruiter would support you. So your whole 90 days, there's a lot of opportunity that's not going to knock a second time after that with bonuses as far as income is based. So we're going to talk more about that, but I want you to jot down 3, 6, and then a year from now. And then as we go through the presentation tonight, you could add to that at the end where your vision is at the end. Setting goals is going to be very important for you in your business. You want to have a clear vision, and you want to stay focused throughout. So now one of the things I'm going to ask everybody to also do is we have vision boards that we have each created within our business, and I could share some of those with you as well. And I will put them in the Whisk Takers group. So the Whisk Takers is like your training group. You could access PC University through there. I will post, and I'll have some of our other team members post vision boards in there. So if you're just getting started, you're going to want to work on designing a vision board. It can be a vision board on paper, on poster board, or you could use an app called Canva or PicCollage. So you really could do it however you want, on a PowerPoint, whatever. As long as it focuses on your vision in the company and what you want to do with your business. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, and I'll explain it in the images on the Whisk Takers. So now what we're going to start to look at thinking about is your role as a consultant. What role do you want to play? Do you want to primarily focus on cooking shows? Do you want to primarily focus on catalog shows? Or do you want to focus on virtual parties, which is all online? Now, me personally, if somebody says to me that they're going to do a catalog show, if they have Facebook, they're doing a virtual party, and I send them catalogs. So I don't really necessarily do catalog shows too often anymore, unless the person truly does not have Facebook, then they pass around catalogs. Some of the things that you're going to think about doing is how many of each of these you want to do. So what I always tell everybody is if you want to be a part of the trifecta, you're going to want to dabble in and do maybe 2 or 3 in each of these categories per month. Now, it might sound a little overwhelming at first, but don't worry. It's been done by many people before. We want you to start strong. And the only way to know if you really, truly like any of these is to dabble in them when you first start. So even if you just do a launch party as a cooking show at your house, I really, truly do encourage it because it gives you a chance to get in front of people, gets, the product in front of them, it gets them to touch it, and it gets you, kind of gets your nerves out a little bit, and you get to have fun with your friends and family. What's also nice about this is you usually get a lot of bookings when you do a home launch. When it comes to the virtual parties, you also could set up a launch party that way as well for people that are not local. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds, doing your own launch party. You also have the opportunity when you do virtual parties to go live in your virtual parties so that people still can make a personal connection with you. So you're going to get the opportunity to join some of our virtual parties. So that way you get to see how we run them. And we will help you get started with your first couple virtual parties as well, because our goal is to help you hit 1250 in your first 30 days. And we want you to do that, but we also want to do this in a way that's going to make you successful and not stressed out. So that's something that your recruiter will be working with you on to help you get set up with your parties. Now, some of the extras we do that people don't realize we do, even consultants when they first join, but they actually, we actually do fundraisers, so you can set up fundraisers. You could do cooking classes. Sometimes I just call my cooking parties cooking classes because it sounds more appealing to people because they're coming to learn something. But honestly, if they do a cooking show with me, they're learning too. So it's kind of the same concept, but I just change it, the verbiage to cooking classes, because people are like, oh, I definitely want to come to your class. It's really a party, but that's okay. And then we also do bridal registries. We are into the prime time now of bridal season for the summer months. So, and the springtime. So you want to reach out to people. If you know places that, any venues, things like that, you could put your name out. We have mini catalogs that you could order online and get your name out there. Now, the biggest thing I say, no matter what consultant style you're going to work with and be, one of the biggest things is your customer service and your relationship building. You want to make sure from the very beginning you're not just chalking each person up as a transaction. You want to make sure you get to know them. You want to build relationships, ask them about their families, take pictures at your parties, ask them to post pictures of their families on your virtual parties, things that help you build a relationship with them, because when you build a relationship, that's when it's going to make it easier for you to get bookings for your parties and for them to join your team. So customer service, checking in with them after they receive products, thanking them for coming to a party, a simple phone call, a text message, thanking them for participating. Things like that are going to help you to build your relationships and build your business. So now I mentioned just in the last slide about doing parties and thinking about how many you want to do each month. Our company motto is that 8 will make you great. So by basically doing 8 parties, it will help you to be consistent in your business and also to be successful. So basically what it comes down to is about two parties a week. And again, these could be catalog parties, virtual, it could be cooking shows, it could be a mix. Maybe you decide like I have some people that will do 2 cooking shows on a Saturday. So right there, they get their 2 shows done in one day. You have to decide what works for you. One of the things I always tell everybody is I'm not bossy. This is going to be your business. So what you do with your business is your business. But I will be your biggest cheerleader and biggest support, as well as your recruiters. We are going to cheer you on. Our leaders on our team are phenomenal. We have a fantastic, a stellar group of people that are going to cheer you on every step of the way. So I always say start strong, book 8 your first month, and then if that seems to be overwhelming to you, then you drop back the following month. But it at least will help you hit your 1250 in sales and get your feet wet. What a lot of times our consultants find is that 8 is doable, and sometimes they start to increase the following month to 10 and 12 shows, whatever fits your life and fits your schedule. Now, we do have some really great ways which we will help you individually to learn. We actually have programs like SynthShare, Facebook Scheduler, and Post My Party. So when you're running virtual parties, you could actually preset your posts so that you could run several parties at once and not have to stress about your posting. You would just go on and do your commenting, asking questions when it fits into your daily life. You wouldn't have to focus on, oh my gosh, I need to post on my party at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. This scheduler would actually, you would be able to set up everything. You could set up for the week, you could set up per party, you could set up for the month. And what it does is it alleviates your stress level because all of your posts are going to be created for you. Designed in your party. Once you design them and create them, it's going to be very easy then for you to be able to access those. So these are things that we're going to help you on. So please don't panic. I know it sounds a little bit overwhelming when you first start, but in the Whiz Takers group, there's step-by-steps on everything. So even using SynthShare, Post My Party, and Facebook Scheduler, we design videos for you to learn how to do that, and it will help you. So everything that we as new consultants were scared to do, We made it 10 times easier for you because we are going to support you, and we created a whole unit plan that will walk you step by step in videos. So it's really, really nice. I wish I had that. So I'm just tooting at my horn a little bit there because I didn't have that. So it's really going to be a great luxury for you. And like I said, if there's something you don't know, let us know. We're going to design it and create it for you. We want to make your lives easy, fun, and we want to get your first paycheck in your hand and get you your first sales promotion, obviously, with your 250 in extra products, because that's the fun part of the business. All right, so now again, I told you my computer really gets finicky. I don't know why it does this, but it will be loading in just a second. There we go. So your calendar. So now we're going to talk calendar time. This will be our longest call in the business as far as content in the beginning. So one of the things you're going to want to do is start to look at your calendar and start to map out in your calendar every date you're available to do parties, and that goes with any style show. Log it. Put everything in your calendar. So if you're running your kids somewhere, you're going to a doctor's appointment, you have a dentist appointment, you just don't want to work because you just don't have to work on a Sunday or a Thursday, it's your business. So what we do is we X off every day we're not available and every day we don't want to work. Then what we do is we set ourselves up for what days, because it's very important in your business to know what days you're available to work. We want to make sure that with your business, you have business hours, and we don't want you to ever feel stressed because you feel that people are running your business and telling you what days they'll book parties and telling you when they're available. We want to obviously accommodate people, but we also want to make sure we're accommodating our own lives, because that's a perk of our business, is flexibility. So you want to make sure that you set your days, set your times, and when you want to book your parties. One of the things that I do is I put in my planner, I highlight green the days and times I'm available that I will book parties. And then off to the side in my calendars, I write down 1 to 8, because that's how many virtual parties I want to do within a 2-week span. So I personally do 16 virtual parties, usually most months, 12 to 16. So I write down like 1 to 6 or 1 to 8 with the first set of dates, and then I do 1 to 6 or 1 to 8 with the second set of dates. Please do not feel you need to do this. This is built up over time. So you might write down 1 to 2 and then 3 to 4 for however many parties you want to book at that given time. So when you do that, then it is set in stone, and then that's going to be another part that's going to hold you more accountable towards your why and your goals. So that's why it's very important to set up and design your calendar. Busy people want to do business with busy people. So that's just something that I've learned over time. So one of the things you want to keep in mind is you don't want to ever sound desperate. So if you are, we call it desperation or determination language. You don't want to be like posting on Facebook, who wants to party? Because what's going to happen is people are going to think you sound desperate, and then they're going to avoid you. So you don't want to ever sound that way. You want to sound determined. So what you want to do is privately message people to host parties. Please do not vomit all over Facebook with booking parties. It's probably one of the worst things that I see that I did early on in my business, and that we have people do, because people want to do business with people that are real and that you're going to be serving them with a purpose. So reaching out and saying, hey, I noticed you've been really busy lately. You've been running your kids. What do you think about doing a fun girls' night, wine, cheese, and chocolate? Or, you know what, you've been running like crazy with work. What do you think about a beer and burgers night for the guys? Because men and women both do this business. Men and women both can host parties. So when you message them with the correct verbiage and you get to know people and you message them that's something that's appealing, they're going to want to book parties with you, and they're going to have that relationship with you. So they're going to want to party with you. If you're vomiting all over Facebook and telling everybody, book a party, book a party, book a party, people are going to avoid you. And that's only from my own experience. And that's why I'm guiding you to build your relationship early on. And the other thing is it's okay for you to post and say, this next month, April, our sales promotion is 60% off cookware. Post your ugliest cookware. Let's see what you have. That's a way for you to strike up a conversation and build business with people. So it's okay to do that. Or if you're going live and you're cooking and saying, oh my God, guys, I am using my double burner grill pan. I cannot believe that this pan is $92 this month as a host. This is crazy. So showing them you being real, cooking dinner, things that are going to be more appealing to them. And if you're stuck on that, don't hesitate. Reach out. We'll give you ideas. Now, I know there's a lot, but we have one more thing here. So the other thing is the Frank's list. So with our Franks list, this is a way for you to generate a list right now to get you going with thinking of people. So when you look at this, we want you obviously to set up your own launch party, but we want you to generate a list called the Franks list. So what you're going to do is you're going to write down the letters Franks, and you actually could add probably another S because I'll explain that in a second. But basically what this means is you're going to put 5 to 10 people in each category when you're first starting or anytime you think you're in a business slump. So what you're going to be doing is writing down people's names in each of these categories. So it helps you to generate a long list of people that you're going to reach out to. So F, obviously you could read this. So F stands for friends. R is going to be for your relatives. A is going to be for acquaintances. N is for neighbors. K is for any of your kids' associations, so their parents, any relationships you have due to your kids. S is for spouse or significant other associations. And then the other S, I always say, is social groups. So it could be like your social media groups or social community groups like church groups, different organizations within your community that people might belong to, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts with your kids, pretty much everything that you could think of, like Lions Club, different fire companies, things like that. So with each of these areas, like I said to you, you're going to generate a list of 5 to 10 people. And what's going to happen is you're going to start to reach out to these people. You could also code these by thinking like, oh, these people would be good at virtual people. So I'm going to reach out and use virtual verbiage. So, hey, I just got started with my Pampered Chef business. I'm looking to try a new outline with my Pampered Chef business for the month of April. I was wondering if you'd like to gather some of your friends online and I can help you earn some rewards and you never even have to leave your couch or get dressed or clean the house. You can label them as K for cooking, like, ooh, these are really people I'd like to get in front of. They might have a great network of friends. I'd love to cook for them, or I'd love for them to cook, and our cooking parties could be demo style where you cook, or it could be fun and interactive where you print the recipes and have everybody jump in and cook. So maybe you're going to label some as like, ooh, these people I'm going to label as K for a cooking party because they would be a fun group to get them interactive and get their hands on products and cooking. Oh, you know what? These people, I know they probably wouldn't do a party, but I'm going to ask them about a fundraiser first or a wedding, somebody that's getting married, maybe a bridal registry. And I always say don't prejudge. So when you label these, it doesn't mean that you can't offer them a cooking party if you labeled them with a fundraiser. It's just that it might open your door of opportunity by thinking of a way to talk and communicate with them that might be appealing. And then you could work in another style show, based on how your conversation is going. So these are some ideas to help generate your list. So we are going to ask you as part of homework is to generate a list of the Franks. So like I said, you're going to be putting 5 to 10 people in each category, and then you could start to label them as well. And then these are some of the words to say. So you could take a picture with your phone. I'm going to have the playback of this on so you can watch the video again later if you'd like to. So these are just some of the verbiage that you could say. And actually right now on my phone, I'm going to take a picture for you so that I will post this in the Whisk Takers group because I'm not going to read this verbatim. You guys can read this. You could copy it. You could edit it to match your personality a little bit, but it gives you a little bit of something to say to reach out to people from your Franks list so you're not going, oh my God, well, she told me to reach out to people. But what the heck am I supposed to say to them? This is a way for you to open the door and not have to think too much about it. The key, though, is don't go, hey, girl, hey, guy, hey, buddy. You don't want to do that. You want to always make sure you put hi or hey and that person's name. Be intentional, be personal. That's going to be very key. Now, when you're going to make contacts, you want to go for no. The reason being is we want you to get comfortable with hearing the word no. Our business is going to hear the word no. Think about how many times you're around anybody that has kids and how often they tell their kids no. Their kids don't give up. They keep asking, right? So we want you to be the same way. You're going to hear the word no in the business. You might ask 40 people and you might hear no 30 times. The thing of it is that so often in our mindset is we focus on the 30 we heard no from, we forget how amazing those other 10 people are going to be. So we want you from the very beginning to get comfortable hearing no. not to message and say, I can't find a party, I can't get a booking, because you can if you intentionally reach out to people. So you're going to go for a no, and every time you get a yes, you're going to toot your horn, you're going to reward yourself. You can post on our team pages, hey, I just got a booking, I'm so excited. We want you to do those things. We want to hear your success. So the statistics are, for every 10 people that you reach out to, you're going to hear only 1 to 2 yeses. So you're going to hear about 8 to 9 no's, and that's okay. What's going to happen is, the idea is you're planting the seed for future business. So they might say no, not right now, but it doesn't mean no forever. So a lot of times we will ask people and they say no to us, and in a month or two they're like, yo, guess what, I really want to do a party now. So a lot of the times it's just a matter of you planting the seed. So now they think about you. They're going to watch you posting pictures of all the fun you're having with Pampered Chef. So make sure you take pictures when you get your products, when you have your apron, when you're hosting parties. Even if you're doing virtual parties, it's okay to go live in these parties. The more you show people the fun you're having, the more people are going to want to join you and do this or host a party. So go for no. And we always say you cannot be selective. You must ask every customer, every person that's participating on your parties, every person that shows up to your party, be intentional and ask them to book a party or join your team. It's the way that you are going to network and grow, by asking everyone. Don't prejudge. All right. That was a mistake I made. I probably lost hundreds of bookings and hundreds of people to join our team early on, because I would prejudge and go, they don't want to party with me. Oh my gosh, they're too busy. They're not going to host a show with me, or, and I was prejudging them. And I look back now, and now I'm very intentional. I never let anybody slide out a door without asking them. And if they do slide out the door, I make sure I call them, thank them for coming to the party, and make sure I network with them. So then that way, even if they tell me no, I'll say, do you mean no, not right now, or no forever? Nobody ever says no, no forever. So chances are you'll either build a future relationship for a customer later on, or by planting the seed, you're going to book a party with them at some point. I have people that were at my parties for 3 and 4 years. This is my 4th year in the business. So they would come to my parties and didn't book until like recently. So don't ever get discouraged. People just watch what you're doing, and when the time is right, they're going to do business with you. So just don't ever let that get in your way of hearing the word now. Now, you want to be accountable. Consistency, perseverance, and attitude are going to drive your business. So you want to stay consistent with reaching out to a minimum of 5 people per day. Do not be a binge booker. Don't wait till a Saturday and go, oh my God, I'm going to spend an hour and just call everybody. We call that a booking blitz, but you want to make sure you're reaching out to people every single day. That's what's going to keep you successful, because you're going to build a habit. After 21 days, it becomes a habit. And when you build a habit and you're consistent, you're going to build a very strong business for yourself. And this is proven in the company. We're in the business 39 years, and this is the proven methodology is 5 contacts every single day. Okay? So refer to the number of bookings you want to have. And I want you to write down a date in the next 48 hours from now about how many bookings you're going to book in 48 hours from tonight. So by using your Frank's list, knowing how many parties you want to book, we want you to set a little goal as how many parties you plan to book in your next 48 hours, because that's what we really want you to drive towards, so that we get you started with your parties and get you going to reach your goals. Okay? And if you notice the little quote at the bottom, I put effort for effort. And what I mean by that is I will always match your effort for effort. So we will always match whatever time you put into your business. We will get on the phone and do personal calls with you and help you achieve your goals. If you're not working towards achieving goals and you kind of slack off, don't expect us to always be sitting on the phone with you. We're going to be busy sitting on the phone with those who are really, truly working your business. So if you want our time, we're going to ask you to thoroughly be consistent, persevere, reach out to us, network, and really, really, really stay motivated with us and keep in contact. Now, this is the part I mentioned before. Do you want more? This is the carrot that's going to dangle in front of your head, okay? So what's going to happen is if you decide you want to fast track to director, this is the new trend of our business right now. Most people are fast tracking to director. So what that means is that from this point forward, you're going to start to ask people to join your business with you. Now, that means if they say no, it doesn't mean you can't ask them to host a party. That's going to be your next thing. So you want to start by asking them to join your team. And if they say no, ask them, so, well, you know what, would you like to do, would you like to get together and earn some free products? So that's what you're going to be working towards, okay? Now, what you want it, what are some of the things that are dangling in front of you. You could earn an extra $500 to $1,000 paycheck if you promote to a director. So if you promote to a director, you get $500. If you keep your directorship, you are going to get another $1,000 if you keep it for 3 months. If you promote to an advanced director and somebody below you promotes to a director, you're going to get another additional amount. So that's where you would end up getting up to a $2,000 bonus. What does it mean? Well, if you fast track right from the get-go, your paychecks are going to be larger. You're going to get a 3% override in all sales. And I apologize, I'm talking fast. We're down to 4 minutes, and I just want to make sure we get in this information. So you're going to get larger paychecks. You're going to get $10 for every person below you that's active when you first get started. You're going to get the brand new spring products. So that means even if you, we started our spring products March 1st, if you promote into a director in your first 90 days, they're going to mail you all those brand new products. So that's like $1,000 in products you're going to get for free, plus your commission, plus your bonus. At conference, you're going to get special stage recognition. You're going to get to walk the stage and be recognized. You're going to get a private party at conference and a first-time achiever party at National Conference in Chicago. You're going to earn Pampered Chef dollars. So for every person below you, you'll get 30 Pampered Chef dollars. And then you're going to get 3,000 points towards earning a trip. So this is huge. I mean, honestly, I don't want to sound rude, but you're crazy not to try. Honestly, what's the worst somebody's going to say to you is no, and you keep plugging along. If they say yes, you're going to build a team, and look at all this that you're going to build for your own family. And we're going to train your new people to do the same so we get the same perks for their family. I did not have this opportunity, so I extend this to you, and I encourage you to really try to work towards it because it truly is such a blessing, and directorship is a very good level to sit at within our company. Here is my information as your director. If there's somebody that recruited you other than me, which I know we have quite a few, which is unbelievably awesome and amazing. So that is stellar. So you want to add me to your phone. Make sure you have those. So that way you have all the information. But I want to thank you so much tonight for joining me. I know this was a lot of information to take in. That is exactly why we do this call. We record the call. So your homework assignment is to message us your why and your purpose, or you can even post it in the Whisk Takers group. Why don't you do that? That way everybody can post in the Whisk Takers your why and your purpose. And then snap a picture of your Frank's list. And then what we will do is whoever you are under, we are going to reach out to you. We will help you get started with your bookings. But we are so excited to welcome you. I think we welcomed 10 to 12 people this month. I have to look at the numbers. So that is an amazing, amazing group that you are all getting started with. So you are not alone. So please feel free to reach out to the new people as well. It's going to be fantastic for you all to get started at the same time. And we are just truly so excited to share this blessing of a business with you. You could go back in some of our team pages, look at the videos, look at the images. There are some testimonial videos. So if you want to see what the business has done for some of our consultants on our team, you could watch some of the playback videos. So it's really amazing what it does. And it's going to be really amazing to watch what it does for each of you. So please participate on our team pages, reach out to your recruiters, and we welcome you to our organization. So it is time for you to get rocking and rolling with your business. Again, thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and we cannot wait to see what you post. Have a wonderful night.